I'm like, gonna talk, and then it's like low battery. Of course it is, because that's how my world is going in 2021. How's your 2021 going? I'm in my dungeon because I got the COVID like a month ago, and my family kicked me out, and then my computer down here died, my laptop died, so I was stuck at home with no computer. And then I realized, like, hey, I've got that Lenovo gaming computer, because I don't game, it's not my thing, and that I ordered before COVID hit because I was going to move everything over, and then COVID hit, and I became an e-learning mom, and the whole world went to hell in a handbasket, so I never opened it until like a month ago. So this computer is literally sat in a box for like 9 months. Sad. I'm cold in my dungeon. And Peyton's going back to in-person learning tomorrow, which should be interesting because I don't remember the last time I had to have her someplace on time in the morning. Because if we're running late for school, I have so many devices with her stuff on it that I could just be like, here, use this phone while I drive through the drive-thrus of the post office and the bank and go to Wendy's and get you a Baconator breakfast sandwich, because they're her favorite. Their potatoes are awesome, by the way. But I have to stop eating them because I've gained like a whole bunch of COVID weight. It's right here. I'm holding it right here. Oh, okay. So, you know, in 2020, like, I don't make New Year's resolutions and like proclaim things, you know, this is this and that is that. No, because stuff happens, right? And so 2020, I'm like, this is my year. Because I want a YouTube hobby. I think YouTube's fun. I found YouTube out of like necessity, but there's a lot of funny stuff on YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I do regular TV or anything. So I'm like, I'm gonna, you know, try to post just like weird, fun stuff. And then I started, I had a blog I was working on. And then I opened a new online store because I already have a factory in a store. So I opened another one. And I had like this plan of, you know, Peyton's going to be in school full time. So I can like hour this, you know, 6-7 hours of regular stuff. Cool. And then like it went well for, you know, well, I mean, I started watching that China stuff in late January, early February. And was like, you know, like, I get stuff. Well, I have American made, like, I have factories that I tote where my things are American made. And then I have another store where I sell all the foreign stuff because I won't mix them together. I know I'm strange like that. So the store that a lot of my stuff comes from, like, overseas, and not just China, like, all over, right? Africa, Asia, it's like some European stuff, and it's like stuff just started stopping and getting delayed, and then it's like we went from 2 weeks out to 8 weeks out, and then I was really watching the China stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna come here. And that's when the Italy stuff was all bad, and then it was like bam, like Peyton had her daddy-daughter dance at school, and that was supposed to be March, which was Friday the 13th in March. And on Thursday, they announced that they announced to the kids that it was going to be their last day of school. Like, parents, no notification. Like, the kids got off the bus and they're like, oh, by the way, we're sending everything home with your kid. They're not coming back until... And at that time, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks. You know, they were going to do... I mean, it's 2 weeks. They were going to do 1 week, and then the spring break was scheduled, and then they were going to do... or go from there. Well, we all know how this stuff planned out, and none of it happened that way, right? And so, like, she was in 2nd grade, that was rough, because the teacher was not, like, tech savvy, and so there was no online thing. It was like, here, parents, here's the curriculum, good luck with this. And as a self-employed person, it's like, okay, well, I mean, I still have to answer my phones, run my business, and then try and have this curriculum, which I never made a curriculum or done any of that. That was horrible. We had like 2 weeks in March. That was like 10 weeks of that. it was awful, okay? Then the summer came, and everything was closed. Like, there was hardly any camps. Like, the daycares weren't taking kids. Because I tried to put Peyton in something, and she's my only child. So, I'll enroll her in summer camp 5 days a week for the entire summer. And she doesn't have to go every day, but at least there's something planned. If something else comes up, I don't care if she misses, you know? And it's like, I think it's $150 a week. So $1,500, and she's entertained for the entire summer. They do field trips. They go to the pool. They play, like, all kinds of games. Like, there's someone to play with every day, which is nice, because I can't do that. I'm bored while I'm working, because wherever I am, she goes with me. She doesn't want to go to daycare anymore, because daycare is for babies. She wants to go, like, she likes the summer camp, because I think it's, like, 6 years and older. And whatever. So we did that. And then we went back to school in the fall. And the teacher's tech savvy for 3rd grade. So I didn't have to do much at all, except chase my child and be like, are you in school? Should you be in your class? Are you in your class? What are you doing? I'm on a break. She has had more breaks than anyone else I know. Like, the kid is on a break all day. And, you know, the grades are good. So I'm not going to complain too much. She is late to gym a lot. We're working on that one. And I think it's like the gym teacher for, like, all the teachers use Zoom except for one. He uses some different go-to-meeting thing, and she forgets. And she'll be entering his passcode in the Zoom for 5-10 minutes before she realizes that she's on the wrong platform. And then she's marked absent or late, and it's great. So, as all of 2020 is coming to an end, I mean, like, sales are down. My friends are losing jobs and houses, and people are getting divorced, and people are getting COVID, and it's just like 2020 is coming to this grinding halt. I felt it's coming to a grinding halt, and everybody's around me is like, 2021, woohoo, 20. I'm like, okay, January 1st was on a Friday. And after my declaration in 2020, which blew up in my face, like, you know, it's not like we're going to go to bed on New Year's Eve and wake up and it's like, COVID's good. There's vaccines. Everybody's back to normal. No, it didn't work that way. Like, January 1st was like, And then my friend's mom died on January 2nd. Both of my neighbors have passed away that I've lived next to for 35 years, a month apart, which kind of has me creeped out because we've lived next to them since like 1985, like a super long time. And he passed away December 22nd. And okay, I didn't know he passed away before Christmas. And I probably don't know because I have changed my phone number since then because I live like right on the Illinois-Wisconsin border. And I had a Wisconsin phone number and I wanted to switch to Comcast, which was an Illinois carrier, and they wouldn't transfer the number. So after 30 years, I had to get a new phone number. It threw everybody in my world for a loop because it's been the phone number forever. But whatever. So, not thinking about it, the neighbor did not have the new phone number, and they're older. Like, he's 80 and she's 20 years younger than him, so she's 60. And, you know, it was last Friday, January 22nd, I'm like in the kitchen, the police and the ambulance and the fire department's next door, you know, and I'm like, I'm not one of those people to go over and watch because I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. Oh, here I come out on a like little stretcher in my pajamas and the neighbor's staring at me like, no. So I like waited till the next day and text his daughter, just like, hey, you know, I just want to check up on your dad. You know, our parents aren't spring chickens. Just want to make sure he's okay. And then she's like, well, I thought you knew about my dad. I'm like, no. And she's like, well, he passed away December 22nd. It was his ex-wife or her ex-stepmom. They have a very strange relationship. Like, they were business partners and they got divorced and lived apart, but they were still partners, did everything together. You know, it works for people, whatever. But so he passed away, like collapsed December 22nd. And a month to the date, January 22nd, she collapsed in the house and passed away. was very like Brittany Murphy, Simon, what's Monjack or whatever. Like, you know, it makes you wonder, like, is it the house? Because I don't think she was living there before. Or maybe she moved in. Because I guess he fell in October and was recovering from a fall and then just took a turn and passed. And she collapsed and passed. And my neighbors are micro farmers, so it's like, there's all kinds of sheep and chickens, but no farmers. I don't know what's going to go on with that. So, I don't know. And then, like, they left. I mean, he's a very the gentleman that passed was like a very conservative, environmentally conscious person. He actually designed underground tunnels like all over the world. His career is very fascinating. He's a very smart guy. He's very into riding his bike. I mean, even last summer, he's 79 years old. He rode his bike, like a bicycle, like a 10-speed, all over. You see him all over town with his long gray hair and his little hippie sunglasses on. I mean, he was a health conscious person. He was like a environmentally conscious person. Just a good people. I mean, he did write me Christmas letters about his cat, which, you know, I write people about my cat too, I guess. No, I don't think I put the cat in the Christmas letter. She has her own Instagram channel, though, or page. But, yeah, so then, like, the neighbor passed away. And somebody else we knew. There was, like, a whole bunch of, like, 2021. And then it was, like, death. COVID. And I always thought, like, if I was to get COVID, that I'd have to leave my village or my environment to get it. No, it came to me through, like, a contractor at my warehouse. And I'm not, like, mad at him or anything. Like, shame on me. I know he's, like, an outsider and he's in there and I'm in there. And it's just, in passing, I mean, knock on the desk here, it was 3 weeks of but, and I lost my sense of smell, which is slowly coming back, but not much. And then while I did the COVID thing, because I want to change my diet and go more like plant-based, like I did several years ago, because I just felt better. Because all of 2020, the only thing to really do to entertain yourself was, you know, DoorDash and order out. So I ate so much food. We all ate so much food. And we cooked. Because what else are you going to do? I mean, there's nothing else you could do. So you try to entertain yourself at home. And then you gain all this weight. And then I just was kind of like, how do I feel after I eat this? How do I feel 10 minutes after I eat this steak? How do I feel an hour after I eat this steak? How do I feel after I eat this sushi roll? And it was amazing, like, how many things I ate that made me feel shitty. And after I have this crazy long list, and I've done, like, I've looked at the fork silver knives things. I've looked at the plant paradox thing. I've looked at the keto thing. Like, there's a lot of things you can do to lose weight, but as far as for, like, the health of my body and my immune system, I do better with plant-based proteins, like eating like a steak or something, like a beef, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Chicken doesn't bother me that much. Fish and like any kind of seafood doesn't bother me at all. So I do eat a lot of seafood. Lots of scallops and shrimp and tilapia, perch, salmon, trout. I eat it all. The fish is good. I've never had sardines. I'm going to try those. I don't know why I've never had sardines. Oh, my phone's going to talk. So, nope, they answered it too fast. My phone will tell me who's calling. Which I think is really sad because when the phone rings, nobody gets up to get it. Like back in the 80s and 90s when that phone rang, we pounced. Now we're like, did they say who it is yet? Did the phone say who it is yet? Call from my aunt, Laura. Dear Laura. Anyway, she's pretty much the only one who calls on the house phone. Nobody else calls my house phone. I don't give that number out. Like, that's for 911 and the alarm systems and stuff. Actually, I don't think our alarm system works off of that anymore. Whatever. But no, 2021 has been full of, like, COVID and death. And we're a month in, 4 weeks in, and I'm gonna push myself to being okay. Like, I'm still laughing every day. I could still have a good laugh. I almost pee my pants every day at something, because when you live with this many people, and I think living in a household of 4 adults, we live with my parents. My parents are getting older. My mom has RA and fibromyalgia, so her mobility is limited. Oh, she fell and broke her arm the Thursday before Thanksgiving. And she broke her arm, and where she broke it, like up at her top of her shoulder, they didn't want her to do anything for 8 weeks. Like, Sling sat on the couch for 8 weeks because of her mobility issues, because they didn't want her to lose her balance and fall on her other arm or fall on the broken arm and make it worse. Like, she couldn't get dressed. She couldn't go to the bathroom by herself. It was a hot mess. And like, my sister is more her, like, I'm more closer with my dad, and my sister's more close with my mom. And for some reason this round, with all her medical stuff, she picked me to go. And I'm like, okay, like, I'll go and do all that. Like, I don't have a problem with it. But I was kind of surprised. But her arm is all mended. She's doing physical therapy now, which was a good laugh the other day, because she's in the kitchen, like, I thought she was maybe stroking out. She's like, put her hands up, and her mobility is very limited, so she doesn't really move her arms ever at all. And she's like standing there with her hands up. I'm like, are you all right? She's like, I'm stretching. I'm like, well, you should tell me that you're doing your therapy, because I thought you were having a seizure or stroking out. It's just like, oh, like, maybe you should take up Tai Chi after this. I don't know. I think the exercises are good. They gave her things that she can do and work up to, but this is how things are going this past year. So I want to get back to my YouTube hobby, because YouTube is fun. Oh, I love YouTube. And then I need to, like, get my shit together. Peyton's going back to school tomorrow, and it's funny because my cousin posted something online. She's like, I don't remember how to get up and, like, get ready on time and commute, because it's been so long. It has been so long. It'll be interesting to see if Peyton's on time for school tomorrow. I don't know. It's been lovely chatting with you. I hope your 2021 is going better than mine. Yeah, because mine's been pretty, like, like, it was supposed to be better, and it's not. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the contents of that computer and put it on this one. That's how I'm spending my evening after I get done talking to you. So have fun. I love you. Bye.